Hello, it looks like that everybody is finally here, so probably I will start. So once again, good afternoon, our dear guests, and welcome to our PBS Jet Engine webinar. My name is Zdeněk Liška, and I'm the sales manager of Indian market. Together with my colleague Katerina Fischova, I hope that you can see her. She's head of the turbine engine department. We are going to host today's webinar. First of all, let me thank you for your time and attending our webinar. We realize the current situation is really difficult for all of us because of the COVID-19 pandemic outbreak. But we also realize that it's necessary to keep going and to stay with our business alive. That's why we decided to organize this event, meet online, and to introduce our company and our products. Before we start, I would like to ask you to keep your microphones off. In case of any questions, you can use our chat in a Zoom application, which is below, and also we can use a Q&A, which is also there. So let's start. PBS was established 200 years ago. Actually, from this time, we have supplied more than 1,200 turbines as engines to the customers. We also has provided more than 12,000 installations of APUs and ECS. I will explain that a little bit more later. Also, right now, we have 7 offices worldwide. One of them is also PBS India. It's quite a new company. We are based in Bangalore. And in case of aerospace, we just established, or we have started our aerospace production and development 50 years ago. And also what I will like to tell as one of our advantages is the in-house production. Mainly 90% of our products is done here in our factory. If I will go back to the picture, you can see our facility on the left side. This is the whole production there. The less 10% we are supplying from our companies which are around in Czech. So mainly you can say that all of our products are done in Czech Republic. Also, one of the advantages of PBS is the custom design. We are doing our own testing. We have our own test facility. We are fully certified by EASA for production, for the development, and for the manufacturing also. And what I will take a look as one of our also good things is the customer support. It doesn't working like that we will only sold you the engine, but also we will provide you with the customer support through the emails, through these teleconferences, and also in the place directly where you are. And also connected to that is the maintenance and repair and overhaul of our products. I will describe very briefly our products. We will mainly talk about turbojet engines. So if I will at the beginning move to the APUs or auxiliary power unit, which is the main starter or main engine for starting the main engine of the helicopter. Through APU, we are providing the bleed air to the main engine, and also the generator on the APU can provide the electric power for some devices. I mentioned here, on this picture you can see the Sapphire MI, and this Sapphire is used in Indian Air Force helicopters, and it's in Russian helicopters Mi-17. Also, in case of ECS systems, what I should mention, it's for heating, cooling, and ventilation all in one, let's say, of the whole airplane or the helicopter. And also one of the advantages of this ECS can be the fully pneumatic control and fully pneumatic operation. And again, every ECS or also the EPU is built just for each application. It means that if you will require ECS or APU for any of your applications, mainly it will be every time the special design for the current application. And just very shortly about turboprop and turboshaft, these two engines are coming from our Turbojet 100. About turboprop, it can be used as a pusher or tractor in the aircraft. And what should I mention here is the ability to start in a very cold conditions, below minus 30 degrees without preheating, which is very good. And also the weight is very low, like 68 kilograms, which is very, very small. About the turbo shaft, there are two modifications with the gearbox. Let's say the output in the RPMs is one option is up to 3,000, another option is up to 6,000 RPM. So that's it for the turboprop and turboshaft. I should also mention that turboprop and turboshaft are used in, turboshaft is used mainly in UAV helicopters and turboprop is mainly used in UAV aircrafts. And now I would like to give a word to the Katerina about the turbojets.
Thank you very much, Zdeněk, for introducing our company, our products. Thank you for giving me the word. Also, I would like to say that it is very nice to have you here today. And let me allow to share my screen. I will share my screen with with the introduction of our jet engine family. All right, so I would like to introduce to you our turbojet engine family. Our turbojet engines are designed for for different kinds of unmanned systems. At the beginning, let me emphasize that PBS is here to be your partner for engine installation in your unmanned system for engine customization. As Zdeněk said, PBS is able to cover in-house development, design, testing, and production. Thanks to this, really, we can be not only supplier of engines, but really to be your partner with engine installation and engine operation. At the bottom, at the upper line of this page, you can see different unmanned systems for which our engines have been designed. For example, on this slide, you can see the installation of the engine TJ40 in a target drone. Here is another typical application of our engine TJ80. It's in another unmanned system platform. In general, the engines are used in target drone, UCAVs, in different defense combat unmanned systems. So these are the typical applications of our engines. Let me start with the introduction of our turbojet engine family with our smallest engine, TJ40. This engine, in general, all our engines are very unique and very competitive, especially in their thrust to weight or power to weight ratio. When we design the engines, we always design them to make them as powerful and compact as possible. The weight of this engine, TJ40, is only 3.5 kg. The engine offers a very unique set of features. This engine can be started in the, of course, on the ground, but also in the air. It can be started and operated in any position. It provides also additional unique features like a very quick starting sequence from, for example, from idle RPM to maximum RPM in just less than 5 seconds. We have developed the very technical features are mentioned on this slide, where you can see that the maximum thrust of this engine is 395 Newton. And we have developed different versions of this engine. G1 provides 150 watts of electrical power output, which you can get for your onboard network of your UAV. And we also have the G2 version, which provides up to 1.1 kilowatt of electrical power output. All our engines can be operated in a very extensive range of altitudes and temperatures. For example, the engine TJ40 can be operated up to 9 kilometers and operating speed 0.9 Mach, which is what is very unique about this engine is its starting altitude up to 4,500 meters and 0.35 Mach.
So this, if I can a little bit jump into it,
sure.
Karina, too. This engine is also very important for the Indian market because it's mainly suitable for the required applications by the Indian Army for the target drones. So I think most of our participants here are very interested into this because it's mainly useful for the target drones and for the let's say the target drones in India, which are required by the Army.
Yeah, that's correct. We have also developed a saltwater recovery version, which means that the engine can be operated in a salty environment. Beside the engine, beside the engine TJ40, we also have engine TJ80, TJ100, and TJ150. So the total thrust range which we currently cover is from 400 Newton up to 1,500 Newton. Let me now show you the engine TJ80, which is this engine. This engine is also used or designed for unmanned systems, target drones. The engine provides really state-of-the-art technology. It is a very compact and powerful engine. What I am showing you now here, the black part of this engine, is the ECU, which is integrated on the engine. So you can see that like all components are integrated on the engine. The engine is lubricated by fuel oil mixture. Again, provides of in-flight start, reliable quick starting, maximum thrust, 900 Newton. Now, let's see the engine TJ100. The engine TJ100 is a pillar of our turbojet engine family. We have produced more than 1,000 units of this engine. It is a really proven engine in operation, very reliable engine, and very popular among unmanned system producers. It provides of electrical starting system, possibility of ground and in-flight start, the maximum thrust of 1,250 Newton. What's very important, we can offer engine customization for you. So the engine really can be customized according to your needs. And now the engine, currently the most powerful engine of ours is the engine TJ150. Also, this engine provides an excellent thrust to weight ratio. Its maximum thrust is 1,500 Newton. If we look at very briefly at engine technical parameters, the engine provides of thrust of 1,500 Newton. The weight is not more than 20 kg. The engine, the outside diameter is very small, not more than 272 millimeters. All our engines have integrated starter generator. In case of TJ150, the electrical power output is 600 watt. but we are also planning a new version which will provide up to 1.5 kilowatt of electrical power output. And the engine can be operated up to 9 kilometers and 0.9 Mach speed. So here you can see in detail the engine TJ115. So I think I've summarized the very basic technical features of the engines, of our turbojet engines. Now I'm giving a word back to Zdeněk, who will now show you some applications, some real applications of our engines.
Thank you very much, Katerina, for the description. It was very nice to hear. Actually, this is the example of one of our main application, which is shown to the public, because it's the aircraft from the company Sonex. This aircraft is called Subsonex aircraft. Actually, we are providing to them this engine from, I think, 2014, and one of the most famous pilot with our engine is the Bob Carlton. They are supplying these aircrafts all around the world, which doesn't mean that which means that they are not flying it only in the US but also in the other countries. And this is the example of the pictures with the target drones. On the right side, there is only one render picture, but all the others are the really used applications around the world. With mainly, this is all of them except this one on the left side down is the TJ40, but all the others are with the TJ100. And under that, there are the applications with the turboprop and the turboshaft. Down there, you can see the helicopters, which are mainly made in Italy with our turboshaft there, and on the top you can see the turboprops. And this is one of our very great references, because company Aero Vodochody has produced the jetliners L39. They have produced over 4,500 of this aircraft, and right now they are working together on the new development of L39NG. On the picture, you can see how many parts and how many systems into that are supplied by PBS. I will repeat a little bit. This is the main part, because our every engine is developed by the customer requirements, which means that if you need some special things about on the engine, or if you require some different usage, we can develop that for you. I will show you the video. This is from our test lab, very short, how we are testing the engines and the test engine capabilities. For example, this was the exhaust, this is the inlet, this is the 3D model cut through, this is the operating lab, and this is the example of the how we are using our engines in this factory, how we are testing them. So just very shortly.
I would just like to add that we have very experienced engineers. So we used in-house developed software for designing the engines. We perform on all analysis in-house. So it really makes a very big benefit for the customer, that we can really adapt the engine according to customer wish.
Yeah, that's right. That's also one of the things why you should go with the PBS. As I mentioned, one of them is the EASA and fully certified turbine producer. Also, it's the skill of more than 50 years in aerospace production, that in-house development, and also already right now we have worldwide customers, also in defense and the civil applications, which we have seen, for example, from the US, it was the civil applications. Target drones are mainly for the defense. So that's why we are here. Here, this is the last page of our presentation. You can see the context. I would like to move now for the questions. I see a couple of them. I have a couple of them here prepared already. So I will start with the first one. It's written that if we have any applications in India. So as I already explained, not just in APUs, as India and Afro is using Mi-17s, but also there is a lot of upcoming tenders in India about the target drones. So we are already dealing with the producers of the target drones. And for the future, I see really huge opportunity also for us and for you as participants here to go together into these tenders. Also, there is another question, if we have any plan to make an India program. I fully understand that's a very important thing in India, because all the production or everything under India is under this program, which is very good. It's also and definitely possible from our side. It also depends on the situation, and this one can be discussed individually. And the question about the situation, if we have been affected by the coronavirus, actually, yeah, I think it's similar to the India. We have to everywhere. It's to the house, but as I heard, it's right now under the lockdown. But I heard it should be over. So we will see how it will go. So I think it will go very well also on our side. Let me just check the others. Is there any turboshaft version of TJ40 in the development? Would it be very impactful in increasing the operational amplitude of high altitude UAV? Katerina, if I can ask you about the turboshaft.
Sure.
Explain a little bit.
Sure. It's my pleasure to respond to the question. Currently, we only have the only turboshaft engine which we have is the engine TS100, which provides the maximum power output of 180 kilowatt, which is 241 horsepower. This is currently the only turboshaft engine which we have. On the other hand, we have received some design inputs for the smaller turboshaft version. So it is not under development yet. But please, if you can get in touch with us after the call, send us some technical specification of this smaller turboshaft version, and we will internally evaluate whether this could be another development project of our company, because we are continuously working on a new engine development. For example, very recently we have introduced a new special version of TJ40 for target drones. We are developing a new powerful engine, turbojet engine. So there are still a lot of development activities going on in the company. So please do so. Yes, send us the technical specification of this version of this engine, and we will definitely respond to this inquiry.
Thank you for the answer. It was very nice. Actually, there is more questions. I will choose a couple of them. For example, how is the engine control? Actually, it depends. It depends how do you want to use that. You can use a CAN bus protocol, or you can use it RC signal, or other options are also possible. So just this one can be discussed individually. There is another question, if we could elaborate more about the salt recovery version. If I can ask you, Katerina, just for a short explanation of salt recovery versions, if we can elaborate more on that.
Right.
Probably you didn't explain it a lot.
Right. Currently, our engine TJ40 and the engine TJ100 have been adopted to be operated in salty environment, but not only in salty environment. They can really land into water, into the sea. there is a special procedure. We even have a video which describes how to handle the engine after it has been taken out of the water. So we can share with you the procedure, how to do the engine decontamination. Both it's a written procedure and it's also a video. The engine can land into water 5 times, and you can 5 times repeat the decontamination process. So please just send us the inquiry, and we will provide you the decontamination procedure and the video how to do it.
Actually, there is a lot of questions. Also, the technical questions are jumping here, which is very nice. Probably we will answer them individually after this webinar, personally to you, because we have your emails. So definitely, the presentation will come to you with the answer on this question, like G's on the TJ40 and TJ100. And there is I will maybe probably choose the last question here. If the UAV's engine or our engines are capable for a supersonic range. Katerina, maybe you have more skill about that, so if you can answer this question.
During my presentation, I have mentioned some operating speeds of the engines, which were subsonic. But on the other hand, the turbojet engines, PBS turbojet engines, can be operated in UAVs which fly supersonic. But it's the question of the design of air inlet channel. In general, PBS engine can withstand the operating or the airspeed of up to 1.4, 1.1 Mach, but it depends on how the air inlet channel is designed. PBS can be a partner for you to design this suction channel. So if you can share with us some portion of your UAV which is related to air inlet, we can help you design it in a way that the engine is operated in the best condition. So please also again discuss this design of air inlet with PBS, and we can help you.
I will just answer one more question. The life cycle of TJ40. Actually, we are showing, or we are saying that there is some time till overhaul. Let's say in TJ40, which is related to this question, TJ40 have 50 hours of running till the overhaul. But again, as Katerina said, it depends on how are you using the engine, in which conditions, and how on a maximum thrust are you going. So it's always depend on that.
The engine has a very sophisticated electronic control system. You can see on the engine that on the software or in your computer, you can see how many how many hours have the engine already run, what is still the engine lifetime. And as Zdeněk correctly said, it is 50 hours, which is quite a lot compared to competition. And after that, the engine will be shipped back to PBS for overhaul. And after overhaul, it can be used repeatedly.
That's right. There are upcoming some other questions, but it's about the vibration measurement and about others. So I think it would be better to answer them individually. So if you have any other questions, just don't hesitate to contact us on these contacts which are shown here. After today's webinar, you are also going to receive the whole presentation and other contacts. And we will keep you updated if there will be another webinar. We are looking for your emails and also the cooperation. We are very open for that. You can also follow us through the social media on Facebook or LinkedIn and other web pages. Regarding the situation, we believe that it will improve as soon as possible, and we are looking forward to the personal meeting, maybe just in India, where there is our office and other sales people in the Bangalore. We have been active on the Indian market for a long time. There are some of our important customers as I already mentioned, we also have our references there, and we are going to continue our work in India, even though that we are now limited by the virus situation. So we believe to see you again, and take care. And as I said, everything will be answered also via the emails. So thank you and bye.
Thank you also very much for your attention. Stay in touch.